invite only type thing.
Yeah.
How much was a day pass there?
The 30, which I mean,
Pretty standard.
not
Pretty
terrible. I think
Yeah.
Good Life's like 25. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it was awesome.
It's good, man. Glad you had a good trip. It's solid.
Start selling my body and drugs at the same time to recoup some of the stuff. So if you guys are interested, I mean, shoot me a text. I'll send you some pricing on it.
OnlyFans is on the way.
Oh shit! Here we go. What's on the agenda for today, gents?
You talking this agenda or a personal agenda?
This agenda, I guess. We'll go personal agenda after.
I wouldn't mind touching on what you and I were talking about, Ryan, the Washington Post and Toronto Post for Atlas and that athlete that happened.
Yeah.
Matt, you hear about that?
I didn't read up on it because I just don't. You gotta be careful with what I say. I don't have too much respect for the dude.
Yeah, likewise.
Based off,
I think that's pretty unanimous. So, I mean, safe space there.
Yeah, based off of some of the conversations I've had with some of his ex-athletes, I just got no respect for the guy, man.
Yeah.
The protocols he has some of these girls on is just fucking nuts.
Yeah. I think Ryan hit the nail on the head when we were talking, because basically, like, it sounds like this article is pretty misconstrued, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he does do all this stuff. Just this particular incident they're talking about is a little misconstrued.
Yeah. So apparently, anyway, Matt, she went hypoglycemic, passed the fuck out, whacked her head, and hit it so bad that there was something blocking the oxygen from getting to her brain. So then she was in fucking a coma.
Fuck. Is she still in the coma?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know if I'll either.
Courtney just said yeah.
Jeez, man.
I don't know if she'll survive, she said.
Courtney,
really? Well, I mean, hypoglycemia can happen to anybody. Like, how far was she from a show? Was she like?
I think it was the week of.
Yeah, I think it was peak week.
Week?
Yeah.
And like, based off of like conversations I've had with some of his ex female bikini girls, like it's a pretty brutal diet, man.
Oh yeah.
Like the one girl, I won't mention her name, but she's doing like 3 hours of cardio, and then she's eating like 1,100 calories.
Yeah.
And the amount of cleanse that he had in this program, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She's doing like the pump, right? Like the horse pump. He wanted her to take 6 pumps a day.
Holy fuck.
And they're maybe 115 pounds wet. Like,
yeah.
That's 600 micrograms.
Mm.
Like, I would get that and die. I couldn't manage that, man. Like, so it doesn't surprise me she went hypo and like full out passed out whatsoever, man. But like the fact that she hit her head and like is in a coma, that I don't think that's on him per se.
No.
But the fact that he probably was a little bit careless, that's on him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like he did himself no favors by because he did like a whole video retort and like really didn't do himself any favors because he basically said he's like, hypoglycemia can happen to anyone, which is true.
Yeah.
But then he's like, it's not my fault nobody checked on her for 24 hours. Somebody should have checked her. She's like, bro.
Wait, was she laying there for 24 hours?
Yeah, like she lived by herself. So, I mean, she just passed out and like just happened to not have any. Like, I don't have people come over unexpectedly either. So, he's made it like it's your friends and family's fault for not caring about you.
Yeah.
That's kind of an iffy one. Like, I get what he's saying. He's not a babysitter.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
If I had a client that was in peak week and I haven't heard from them in 24 hours, I would kind of reach out to them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I have them do check-ins like 3-4 times a day. Like,
right.
If you miss 2 check-ins, I would kind of assume something's wrong.
That's a good point.
You know, but like, does he do multiple check-ins? I don't know, but so that's an iffy situation. If she does, I hope she doesn't die and she's okay.
Yeah.
But like, if she does, like, that doesn't look good on him regardless.
No. And I mean, like, you're changed forever having such little oxygen to your brain for God knows how long.
Like, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, so you're changed forever, regardless if you die or not.
I'm surprised there hasn't been like a serious investigation into
Oh,
the
man.
like there's been, talks of lawsuits and shit like that,
Sure.
and other girls coming out on social media and stuff. But even the IFBB or the CPA, you know what I mean? Like, do they obviously they do because they want the money, but you know, are they okay, having this guy as a top tier coach coaching, hundreds and thousands of women
Yeah.
into potential fucking risky
Yeah.
situations?
I think he was one of the sponsors at the Olympia this year. So
Really?
But
I
see,
think, yeah,
actually,
I feel like I saw it pop up on the, like when we were at the
oh,
prejudging expo. I feel like I saw the logo pop up.
hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I personally have never chatted with him. I don't know him as like a normal human being, like outside of bodybuilding. But I've yet to hear one good thing of the dude,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah,
And
nobody really has any good experience. He's super quick to block people too.
is he?
So it was the Nationals before the Toronto Pro last year. Good friend of mine did it, and he was like the title sponsor, right, of that show. And I
Atlas or
think
your friend?
Atlas, and every one of his athletes won basically every class, everything they could, they did win.
For sure.
And my buddy like comments on it. He's like, oh, kind of weird, the title sponsor, and literally all your athletes get all the pro cards for the day, just like immediate block, like within seconds. He must just be hovering over Instagram, just waiting for him.
And that's the thing, man. Like, there's politics within any sport, of course,
Mhm.
like
100%.
bodybuilding, football, whatever you want to talk about. But like that shouldn't be happening, like just because you put 5, 10 grand to sponsor a show or whatever you did for them, doesn't mean you give people maybe they deserved one of the pro cards, but everybody won a pro
Yeah.
card.
Mhm.
Like, it's kind of
And I mean,
iffy.
like, even if they did deserve to win every single one, like, somebody's going to put two and two together and make a crack at you, regardless of if they're serious or not.
Yeah,
So have
by
some
all
thick skin.
means. Hopefully that girl's all right though, man.
Yeah. Another
Yeah,
thing with that
crazy.
too, though, and I said this to Ryan when we were chatting the other day, is that, although the coach puts these practices into place, I still think at the same time it's not fully, but definitely a good chunk of the athlete's fault.
100%.
One, they're choosing to do this, right?
Yep,
Two, they should be doing the research as to who they're getting their guidance and resources from.
yep.
And at any given time, when they feel like something's not going right and whatever, they can
Pull
decide to
out.
Yep.
cancel the relationship, right?
Mhm.
So that's where it gets tricky because now health is involved, but it's just a sad situation
Oh,
either way.
for sure. And like, I think the issue we run into probably now more so than ever is I 100% agree. I think it's primarily on the athlete because it's you, like you as a person, even if you're not fully in touch with, how you feel, when something's off, like, when you're questioning something.
Yep.
But at the same time, I think we have the combination of the athlete who either doesn't want to know, doesn't care to know all the info, and the coach who doesn't know as much as they're letting on to believe. So I think that's a huge issue that we're running into now is you got like these coaches who, you know, were coached by one person and they just basically take all of that and now that's their coaching philosophy, coaching people who have absolutely no idea what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like you're right, it does fall on the athlete by all means. Like you can't just be going into it blind and like, oh, if I don't know, I'm okay. Like that's not the best direction to ever go. Like even with my clients, like I always encourage them, like, sure, this is me telling you what to do, but still do your due diligence and read
Oh
up
yeah.
on what X, Y, and Z is going to do to your body 5, 10 years down the road. Like it's just I think a lot of people are impatient. They want to be somewhere where Johnny Blojo has been training for 10 years and this kid's just started out 6 months ago and wants to look like Johnny Blojo.
Mhm.
Like it makes no logical sense whatsoever. Like I have these two kids in the gym and they always bug one of my buddies. He's like, "Oh, what are you taking?" And I've coached him before.
Don't
I won't bring
question
up
the
his name.
magazine.
And he's taking minimal. Like, no way. And he's like, so what are you guys taking? This is their second cycle ever. And it was 600 tests, something like 400 mass and 800 primo for their second cycle. I'm like,
So
and
probably
they're
just
like
another
21.
800 amassed for the primo.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are so young. Your second cycle ever. You could have got away with like maybe a little bit of Deca added in
Right.
and been more than okay, but it's just impatience in my opinion, but
Mm.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
I have dudes at the gym kind of like, oh, I got like, what was it? The one guy's like, I got like some Anabar. Like, what do you think I should do with it? Like, so there's a garbage over there. Put it in there. That's where that should go.
That's a great answer.
Train really hard, lose a bit of fat, do a little bit of tests, maybe like a year down the road.
Sure. Yeah.
I know a guy from in town here. He used to work at Popeyes, and he did straight Anavar, and one of his nuts ruptured.
Oh,
Legit. So
What?
he got one testicle now, and
he lost that weight.
the icing on the cake, though, is this guy was going to school for nursing.
Oh,
So he
So
doesn't
he's not a moron, but he is a moron.
sure.
Oh,
So that probably
Being a
goes back
nurse,
to
I can tell you a lot of morons slip through the cracks. Like, we're not all good.
no, definitely not. There's shitty people wherever you go, right?
Yeah, every profession, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to bust a nut. Holy fuck, man.
That's why, like, maybe like quarter pound you lost, like with the nut itself and fluids. That's not bad.
That's a good
That
one.
way.
And then going back to Atlas, there's another well-known coach in Toronto area. And I know I've spoken to two pros, former pros, well, no, current pros, but former clients of his. And they've like wishy-washingly come out and said stuff about him without obviously dropping names. And like same thing though for them, going back to they decided to do these things, years with this coach too. And I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. Years with this coach. And, all of a sudden they had, I think, like, just maybe one bad show or one bad experience or maybe a bad argument or something like that, decided to go separate ways. And now all of a sudden, oh, this was toxic. This was fucking bad. I was doing things that were, super bad for me. High levels of this, low food, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
You
man,
decided to do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for like
You did it
3,
for
4,
years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Like now all of a sudden you think it's a bad idea? Like,
Right.
If it's situations like that, you can't just come out talking shit about the coach. Like, you did do it and you had no problem doing it at that time.
Mhm.
If you had a problem at the time and then you want to talk shit and you like fired the coach, cool.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Oh, like I can respect that, but like to talk shit about him after the fact,
Mm.
you gotta take some of the blame there,
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But I think it's just getting way too out of control. So many people are just, like I said, impatient and want to be from point A to point B tomorrow.
And I think too, it's like speaking on the impatience, I wonder if there is also impatience from those coaches,
Yeah.
well, right? Trying to push it so hard. Because like you said with the girls that you spoke to, Matt, very low calories, very high amounts of cardio, high amounts of drugs. Same with the coach from Toronto, I know via conversations, very low calories, high drugs, high cardio. And like the athletes come to play, you know what I mean? They do come looking like they compete.
Sure.
But at what point, and I don't think it will ever change. At what point do people say, okay, this is, enough's enough, or, I don't think there's anything that can really be done in that regard.
I think much like the current climate that we have now, I think it takes, because like I recently saw something with James where the most recent show he won, he's like, it's, the least amount of cardio I've ever done. It's the least amount of drugs I've ever done. I think it'll be much like it was word of mouth of low cal, high cardio, high drugs. I think it'll take the same word of mouth to go back to the way it should be. You know what I mean? Like moderation.
Yeah.
And I mean, sadly, that'll probably take a hell of a long time, but I think that's basically the only thing that'll change it. Because it's like a top-down thing. So when you see the guys at the top accomplishing all these things at like a fraction of the drugs that you're doing, you got to finally sit back and be like, oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah. Like a lot of my guys, even this year, like Steven, for example, he won the overall, and
Steve looks
Mike and
sick, by the way. I meant to tell you that last time.
Yeah, yeah,
pardon?
Steve looks sick, by the way. That's my boy. We live in the same city.
Oh, no way.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. But like, yeah, like he was using minimal shit, man. And like, I don't know if he ever told you what he was running, but like, it was a fraction of what he assumed that we were gonna do.
Sure.
And probably
And
a
like,
fraction of what he wanted to run too.
that's the
Knowing
thing. Like,
you.
it's not flashy by any means, and I think that's another point. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, my coach gave me this, this, and this, and this."
Mhm.
It's flashy and cool to look at,
Sure.
but in reality, your body's only going to utilize X amount of that. And it comes down to just putting in the effort and not relying on the drugs. Whereas too many people do the opposite, and then you got all
100%.
these problems come out.
I think that's the biggest gap is just like people don't train hard anymore, man. Like obviously, like
No,
generalizing, but like man, people don't train hard anymore.
people are pussies, bro. Simple as that.
Like when you see an actual set taken to failure compared to what like people think their failure is when there's actually like 5 or 6 reps in reserve, just got push it, man.
Yeah.
I can speak like from personal experience too. My training never lacked, but my adherence to nutrition was never like where it needed to.
Bulletproof.
Yeah, especially compared to now. And I thought, oh man, fucking just I can loosely follow my nutrition, maybe like 60, 70%, and everything else will get taken care of thanks to the magic poke stick.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's a reality for a lot of people in the way that they think. And it's the complete opposite.
Very much.
Yeah.
I say that anybody that's like looking to start, because as you all know, everyone thinks it's just going to be so much easier. Everything's so much easier. Everything is not so much easier. You have to be even more disciplined and consistent with your stuff once you start dabbling in this kind of shit.
By all means, if not, you're gonna have a whirlwind of shit come your way, and it's not gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you see as a nurse all the time, people do dumbass things.
Oh,
it doesn't work in their favor.
No.
What is the craziest thing you've seen, Ryan, since being a nurse?
So right out of school, I moved to, of all places, I don't know why, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What?
I worked in trauma. I know. I don't know. Breaking Bad was a big thing in my life. And worked on a trauma surge ICU. It was pretty wild there, man. Like it was like the Wild Wild West because like you had cartel, like so because we were on the trauma unit, you and I'd shoot each other, but then we're like 2 rooms away from each other, right? So now like all my friends come to see me, all your friends come to see you.
The
We
gang
just shot
wars
each
in the
other like
hospital.
8 hours prior. So like it got pretty wild at times. It got pretty intense. We had lots of police there a lot of times.
Holy man.
I think like nothing, just like the motor vehicle accidents were the worst because like the city was set up that basically every road was like a freeway going in and out. So some of like the car crashes were pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
You get people in that had some parts that were missing quite a bit.
What would you say would be like most ridiculous? Less gruesome, more just like kind of jackass.
Sure. We did have a dude. So he came from jail. He was either came from the jail or was going directly to jail. So they have cops that monitor you 24/7. Like you're literally handcuffed to your bed and they stand by you at a 24-hour rotation. And the cops were handing this guy off. He was ready to be discharged. So the cops were going to hand him off to the prison and he was going to go to prison or jail or what have you. We were on the 4th floor and there is floor to ceiling windows, but it's like a windy city, high elevation. So they're like triple reinforced, like thick ass glass windows. This dude got off the wheelchair, booked it to the window to try to jump out to freedom and ate shit like I've never seen. Like he hit that window so hard and just collapsed like right to the ground. Like cops didn't even run after him, just like lazily walked over, like picked up his limp body and just like threw him back in the chair. I don't know what his game plan, because there's like a road right underneath. So I mean, like your game plan is you're just getting smoked by the next car that comes by. So
I give him credit for the attempt, though.
yeah,
There was
I mean,
some
it would have
thought
been like
process there.
definitely like a sweet like Bruce Willis moment right before you get hit by the car.
Fuck. Oh, some people's children, man.
So what did you guys think of the classic division this year?
I think it held up quite well, man.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was really good.
Chris well deserved it.
Oh,
Simply.
100%. As soon as he stepped out there, it was
That was it. It was game over.
game over.
Yeah, and what's his name? Ramon or
Yeah.
Ramen or
Billion
what?
guy, yeah.
He looked phenomenal. He's just
Yeah.
thinner than Chris by all means,
Yeah.
but it's a much
sure.
different look too. You know.
Agreed.
Mhm.
So I kind of like Ramon's look. Like his back double by, in my opinion, was more pleasing to look at.
Yeah. No, agreed.
But yeah, I think it was well called.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Terrence placed out of top 5.
Yeah, that was
like
fun.
6th or 7th or something.
6,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't all that sharp though.
No, he wasn't. Not at all.
No, it was deserved. Like and I mean, I think he even knew like that
Yeah.
he missed. So
He took it on the chin.
Yeah, I had no expectations really after seeing that, like how he came out of him placing high.
Mm-hmm.
Urs looked crazy. Like that guy's conditioning was nutty.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Wasn't good for the night show, but
Say that again.
Urs, his conditioning wasn't as good at the night
No.
show as it was
Yeah,
for
I agree.
prejudge. But man, when he came out at prejudge, I was like, holy shit.
He's
this
a young
guy-
kid, no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like 26, 27, something like that.
Yeah, 6 or something.
Crazy.
Even Ramon's young too, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. I think they're all like kind of mid-20s.
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Well, and even Bumstead's 27 or something like that.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be an interesting division.
Breon's the only old timer up there.
And he's done now, right? He's moving to 212 or open.
Which like surprising, man, because he's what, like early 40s, mid 40s?
Yeah, what I think we said 41
Something like that.
last time.
It's like a wild time to decide to move on up.
Yeah,
Well, he said 2 years ago that he was going to. And then
Yeah.
he didn't. And
I think he can hold his own at 212. I don't know about open.
For
I
sure.
think he'd get.
yeah, he'd get dummied in open.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I would
He
not.
has to diet down pretty hard to make his classic weight, so I'm sure
Mm.
he loses quite a bit of muscle in the process.
He probably does, but even in 212, like that division is a whole different look than what he has.
Yeah.
Mind you, we've never seen him try and fill
Yeah.
out
Full
the
blown.
212 position, but it'll be interesting to see how he kind of stands up there.
Interesting to see Mike take 5th in classic.
Mhm.
He was sharp as hell too, though. Like
Yeah, he looked really good.
his shape's awesome.
And then you also have the whole Logan thing, how he never showed up.
Yeah, that was wild, eh?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah,
So I
supposedly.
was watching the
Thank
live
you.
stream. I was watching the live stream, and they said, "Oh, competitor." Like guy came out. It's like competitor 23 is a scratch, and they just kept going. And I was like, "Is that
Yeah.
fucking Logan?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that was Logan's number."
And I mean, he was there, like, because Bumstead had a video of like the weigh-ins and all, and he was there at the weigh-in. So I mean, it was literally like a
Gave him a
last minute peel.
Yeah. So a lot of people that I was talking to was saying he probably wasn't ready and like kind of pussied out.
He came out with a video after saying he had like the flu or something.
Yeah. Well, and then now everyone's getting sick.
Which is fine. I understand that it's that
If he
time
was
of
taking
year.
zero.
But like, I think I told you, like, I have to have a gun to my head to not step on stage after all.
If you're literally in the building you're going to be competing at like later that day. Like
Yeah,
throw up. Dude, if I throw up on stage, I'm like, bro, I'm here, whatever.
yeah. And at least I would commend you for going up there. And by all means, he was probably going to be the driest person up there if he had the flu. He's probably shitting and vomiting like
Right.
no tomorrow.
You stuff a little Depends in your
Yeah.
Hey, have at it.
I don't know, man. I was kind of disappointed in that.
Yeah.
You go through all that shit, you show up the day of, and then not do it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And even like coming from a former military army personnel, you think it'd be like no matter what.
Right.
You know?
So I don't know if there's like full truth behind that, or if there's a little bit of
There's
something
got to be
else.
something else, man. If
Yeah,
it was a stomach bug, I'm sorry. That's a chintzy way to try and get out of it.
I understand.
Well, like even Neil Curry, he's like viciously sick right now to the point where he can't even move.
Right.
So like maybe Logan got it earlier than everyone else started getting it because everyone knows that Olympia. Blake Course has it right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there was something going on there. And
Oh, sure.
Logan even posted a video from 4 weeks out practicing his posing routine, and he looked fucking shredded at 4 weeks out.
Mhm.
Like not stage ready yet, but like I don't think that he wouldn't have been ready.
Who's he working with now? He's not with Cement Factory anymore, is he?
No, he's with I want to say Patrick as well.
Yeah.
I don't know offhand.
No, he's with Milos.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 So
I
yeah,
don't know.
very interesting, very interesting. Only him and Milos, I guess, know the truth.
Right.
And Milos won't say anything.
No, fuck no, fuck no.
He's good like that, man. He'll protect his athletes in any way.
Hmm. Like my one buddy said that he saw Bumstead backstage with his clothes off and fucking just took off.
I'm done. Bye.
Yeah, forget it. Forget it. It's true though, man. Like when he walked out, it's just like, okay, you
Yeah.
win. So what's the rest of the lineup look like?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Terrence's routine that he ended up doing at the Dragons later?
The
No.
one he did outside?
No, inside. And
I
like
saw
in the Dragons later, he did a routine.
Oh no, I saw like he remade it outside in the desert or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was a pretty sick tune too. It would have been sick to see that on stage.
Yeah, he's like his routine's always one of the things I look forward to the most at any
Yeah.
show. So
Yeah, he's by far
that's
probably
fun.
the best poser in classic.
Mhm.
Like
Oh
entertainer wise, like a Kai Green type
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
another
It's
thing.
cool.
There was a lot of pros that their posing was atrocious.
Yeah.
Well, a
Like
lot of
not
them
even
don't
like
prioritize it, you know.
it was brutal, man. It was absolutely brutal. Like
Well,
there was one guy.
Even Ian says he doesn't really
No,
prioritize his posing routine.
no.
Hmm.
You know, like a lot of them just go up there, freestyle it for a minute or whatever, and call it a day.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
walk back and forth doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
Daboul, the classic guy, Daboul, I think is his last name. He
Mhm.
was like peeled as hell.
Mhm.
And man, he's like almost falling over doing his 30-second or 45-second.
Was he actually?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean,
brutal.
I understand, like, I've stumbled on stage before, like being so dehydrated, like
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
cramp
Definitely.
up or whatever. I get that. But if you're like full out
No, his was poor
tripping up
footing.
over things,
Yeah, his was bad footing, like bad footwork.
was it just that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Samson
disappointing.
slipped during his routine. And it was like such a bummer because he's like such a good poser.
Man, I
And
thought
then
he
in person,
snapped
it's
his
like, oh
ACL.
no.
I thought he snapped his ACL or something when he did that.
Me too.
Holy
Because he
fuck.
stopped for a second. I think he was like pissed and was almost ready to like, but then he just kept going. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, thank God.
Yeah. He's a great poser. Great poser.
Yeah,
For
He is very
phenomenal.
good. Lisa, the one that he did with for John Meadows. You saw that one?
No.
Yes, that was cool.
You saw it?
Yeah.
You should look it up, Ryan. You'd appreciate it. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. I think it was like after he passed to show that he was in prep with John, then he died.
Yeah.
Super sick routine. It was somewhere in the UK, I think. The show. I don't know what show it was exactly, but you'd like it.
It was interesting to see Nick do some fucking groundwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Doing
actually
some
pretty good. It was
football.
impressive, man.
It was. It was. I was like, really? This guy's getting down there? Fuck. And he was hitting poses nice too. Like,
No, you
Yeah,
gotta
Yeah,
show up.
I mean,
man.
like his like business decisions are a little on the questionable side, but as
A
like a
little?
bodybuilder, it's undeniable.
They're very much so questionable.
When you walk out on two companies in the span of a year for no reason whatsoever.
I think that's mainly. I've never obviously talked to him. Like, almost just seems like an attitude thing. Like, it has to be my way or nothing.
Well, I mean, he literally told Matt, "You can only coach me, and you got to drop all your other guys."
Who the fuck would do that?
that's fucked
To like,
up.
to like Matt Jan, not to like just some coach, to like Matt Jansen, who has a ton of other high level pros.
I had a consultation way back when with a guy, and I actually worked with him. And the day we had our consult, he's like, "How many people do you have?" I'm like, "This is when I had like maybe 8 people." And I'm like, oh, I got like 6 to 8 people. He's like, okay, no more than that. I just want to be the focus. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, like, and who are you? You're nobody.
Sure.
You're not a pro, nothing. Like,
No problem, brother. I'll fucking prep your food and wipe your ass for you too.
Yeah, man, you
yeah,
got
like
it.
you're gonna pay me
I'm
5 grand
moving
a
in
month.
tomorrow.
So stupid, man. It seems like the same type of attitude as what Nick had.
Yeah.
Like that would be if Matt were to do that. You know how much money he would lose?
Oh, damn.
He wouldn't be able to afford food for his kids.
Ridiculous.
Like, I don't know. Some people just think they're like God or something, man.
I don't think Nick will ever win Mr. O. Personally, if I was a judge, I would never put him first as Mr. O. I just don't. He's freaky as hell. He was
Yeah.
conditioned as hell for sure.
Yep.
But like just shape wise, like Ryan, you were saying earlier, I think they're gonna go back to,
Mhm.
that tapered look
Yeah.
and a little bit more streamlined and aesthetic looking, which would be really nice for the sport too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think for guys
I
in
think
general.
if he wins, like I think a lot of other things from other guys would have to kind of fall into place. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
other people would have to not be as on point and sharp
Yeah.
in order for
Well,
that.
it would also set the standard too. If he did win, everybody would have to look like a freak.
Yeah, you got to go back to being everybody's got to shoot to be like Ronnie.
Yeah, but they've been trying to get away from that over the past few years, right? So that would just be backtracking on their own word.
Yeah,
Like you said, Ryan, I don't think he's ever going to win.
No.
Might
because like
come second,
Hottie's
third,
still only like
or something.
230, something like that. Like on stage, like nothing crazy.
No, but no,
Looks like he's like 275, but
yeah, but he's short if I'm correct. No,
yeah.
So you have that. He has that on his like advantage, but
Mhm.
he's never going to win. He'd win like other pro shows,
Yeah, any other show, yeah.
but definitely not the Olympia.
I'm not gonna lie, and like obviously it's just me and probably personal preference. I was surprised Derek placed as high as he did.
Lunsford?
I know from like I know from the back he's absolutely nuts, probably the craziest back on set. But like to me, to just be so shallow in the chest, like every other guy there, apart from like maybe like Rami, but like God knows what's going on with him, was like complete, and it was just basically like
But I think it's
degree
his
of
shape that
conditioning.
makes him stand out, man.
Yeah.
His shape
Oh,
and
crazy.
flow
Oh, and I definitely get
is all
that.
there. But like you're right, he is a bit shallow in his chest in some other areas in comparison to like the other dudes. Like his like almost reminds me, what's that Patrick the
I know
black
you mean.
guy.
Yeah. More.
Patrick Moore. He
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
has the same flow as him, you know?
Yeah.
So makes him stand out in that sense. But if he adds like a lot more fullness to his look,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be pretty hard not to agree that he could be an Olympia.
Oh, sure.
But being that Hottie won, do you think that Nick should have came second?
I do.
I
mean, I certainly think Nick was more complete, and I get like what Matt was saying. Like Derek's shape is probably unrivaled up there, and he's probably got the best back. But I think like if you're going like package for package, I would have said Nick's more complete. But then it comes down to personal preference and shape.
I would say Hottie and Nick have more in comparison than Hottie and Derek.
Mm.
So I could see like Nick taking second over Derek.
Mm.
I could see that. And it's interesting too because Derek got the invite. Like he didn't even qualify.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, people were pissed about that.
Yeah.
Because you had like guys like Kamal like hammering out a bunch of open shows, and then Derek just gets to show up. But like they gave him the invite like almost at the 16 weeks out, so there's still like a ton of shows to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did they say why they just invited him?
Publicity, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Which is maybe why they placed him second.
It's possible.
There's no politics in bodybuilding. Well, scorecards don't lie.
Yeah, supposedly they don't lie.
Dude, if the scorecards didn't lie, Rami should have got like 18. Like,
yeah, he didn't look.
He was like rough.
Yeah, he did not look good at all.
No, it was not great.
even his back shot's like awful.
He didn't
Awful.
I
open
don't know
up.
if it's just like
He didn't open up one bit.
No.
no, I don't know if it's just like nerve damage, but like the atrophy is just going like higher and higher and higher
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even like I don't know if it's atrophy, but like it's almost just so full that you can't get any lines out of it.
Right.
You know, like
Hmm.
he has to come down.
That's kind of like Bumstead's legs, to be honest.
What do you mean? He had separation.
Ish, but not like, lines like Urs, not lines like Ramon,
Yeah.
not lines like Terrence or Breon.
Hmm.
He doesn't have those deep lines.
Maybe, but Rami had no lines.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
It was just washed out, man.
Did you see the comparison? I forget who posted it. It was Rami 2014 and this year. He looked
Oh, yeah.
like he should have won 2014. Like
I
that dude
saw
looked
that.
good.
Yeah, I saw it. His arms even look smaller this year.
Yeah, like to me, whatever. Like look at that picture, go back, redo all that.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll have to look it up. But that's
Forget
when he
who
was
posted
working
it.
with who was he working with then? Chad? He was with Chad then, no? Chad Nichols?
I think he's still with Chad, isn't he?
Is he still with Chad? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he should just retire from Chad and try something different.
To me, like don't train legs for like an entire year and see what they look like.
Yeah.
Like
Like they're
just
just
don't
not
touch them.
pleasing to look at one bit.
No.
Like they're massive. They're the size of my whole torso,
Mhm.
but it's not bodybuilding.
No.
In my opinion, like
And like it's not going to carry you anymore when you have guys like Samson and Andrew that are as big as you now and have like are super shapely.
Mhm.
shapely, tied in, neat,
Mhm.
and ready to present. He didn't. He was just big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they keep trying different things with him, and it's just not clicking. They just need to resort back to what they've done before when he looked proper and call it a day at that.
Yeah.
He can just
He's been
move
at
on.
it a long
He
time.
can move on to doing strongman competitions.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck shit up.
Like
Right.
just like the dude's basically like a god in Egypt. Like just like literally go do some marketing, do some advertising, like
Yeah.
just do what Arnold does and just like lap it all up now. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's getting older now too. No, Rami.
He's been at it forever.
Yeah.
Because I can remember like that. Remember that Generation Iron, like that 2013. Like he was in that.
Yeah. It's true.
Says Big Ramy's 38.
38. Yeah, he's almost pushing 40, man. He's no Dexter Jackson. He doesn't have that much time left in him.
No.
He'll figure it out, hopefully. Him and Chad. Or him and somebody else.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hang up
No.
the trunk, man. Hang him up.
Yeah.
It'll come time.
Think Bonac will try to redeem himself, or you think he's just like forget it?
I think he's done.
This
He
was
might-
rough.
He might come back for another show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really liked his look anyways.
Me neither.
That's just my
Or his
Mhm.
posing.
thought. But
Like he certainly did the best with what he had. Like he stuffed as much muscle as you ever could on that frame,
Mhm.
Yep.
but it's not really doing him any favors.
it's not. And he never comes in sharp.
Mhm.
Like I can't remember the last time I seen him like nails hard.
Yeah, this was a
Always
rough
soft or something's missing. He's got to be the next one to kind of retire in the next few years. I'd hope.
Did he? I don't remember. Did he make top 10? I don't remember.
Like
I
12.
feel like he did. No, 12th, yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I'd have to look it back up. I didn't even pay attention to him, to be honest with you. I could Google it and see, but I don't think he did too hot.
Anyone think that Sean's going to move to open? I know he already won an open show, but you think he'll do open at the Olympia? Yeah, Bonac came fucking ninth.
Yeah, there you go. 9.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Horrible.
Like I don't know if he wants to go like the flex route of just trying to like rack up as many 212s as he can. Because I mean, he'd be okay in open, but I mean,
Mhm.
you beat like Regan Grimes and Sergio not at their best. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how well you're doing on the Olympia stage, especially with those guys.
I'm just looking at the list too. What do you guys think of fucking Hunter? I think he looked like garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't awesome.
Wasn't
Cam
anything
was
special.
really rough. He was so dark that like
Yeah,
even in person, I'm just like, bro, I can't see anything. Like he looked
yeah,
like your hoodie. Like
yeah. He was too dark. He was way
yeah.
too full. Like they filled him up way too fucking much. And I'm
Mhm.
surprised because did you guys not learn from fucking last year when you sweat like a pig on stage? You did the
Yeah.
exact same thing this year. And somehow he still placed seventh.
Yeah.
Like the shape and everything is there, but
Yeah, oh, for sure.
did he just place seventh because of his name?
Yeah, Dynasty.
Maybe,
You
man.
know? Yeah.
And I mean, they did like comparison shots of him, and I'm just like of last, like insinuating like, look how much better I got.
Mhm.
Kinda.
Not by much though.
Yeah, there's something, but
Yeah, not by much.
What did you guys think of the Canadian boys in Classic of Blake Course and Tyler Johnson?
I didn't see Blake out there. Johnson looked good in my opinion.
Mhm.
I think it's just going to come down to just more size.
yeah, I didn't see
But that
Blake
just
either.
comes
I
with
think-
time.
Hmm.
Yeah. But he compared to his like last show, I think it was Toronto he did last.
Yeah.
It was like a night and day difference, man. I
Mhm.
think it was only like 2 pounds less than the
Less.
Toronto Pro, if I was correct.
Yep.
Or pound and a half, something like that. So I think within the next couple of years he's gonna climb his ranks.
For sure.
His posing was actually pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know how Blake turned out.
He looks all right. I think like because he's so big, so tall,
Yeah.
he looks so small
Did
compared
he
to
look small up there?
yeah, compared to like his front shot, not so much. Side chest, top looked pretty good, bottom not so much. But from the back, as soon as he turned around, like he looked like dwarfed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's tall, bro. He's like 6'1".
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a tall
He's got
dude.
tons of room. He's got tons of room to grow, obviously.
Sure.
I think he was
So
I think Blake's lowest was 220.
220. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
212 sounds really light for that size, man.
Yeah. And he's like comparing himself to himself, like he looks great. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Frame's really nice. That frame's nice.
Mhm.
But like I think who's he standing beside? Can't remember who he was standing beside, but a little bit shorter than him. But the guy made him look smaller because he
Just
just
more compact.
better.
Yeah. Which makes
Tyler
sense.
Johnson was standing right beside Ruhr's
Yeah.
lineup.
There you go.
And I think he held his own on like his side chest compared to him. But it's just the legs just need to come up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like those classic dudes got massive legs, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it's just like the overall like girth and width of it and the density. But that'll come with it time, you know.
Yeah. He peaked himself, eh?
I heard rumors about that.
Yeah.
Him
So-
and Robin.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. What it sounds like is that Aceto had too many people and he said, fuck this. You don't got time for me. I'm going to do it myself.
And if that's the case, that's not right.
No.
Like your athlete made it to the Olympia. It's not like
Right.
your
Yeah.
local pro show.
Hmm.
And if you had that many athletes, maybe you shouldn't have taken on so many. I don't know. You gotta be able to deal with the workload, man.
Yeah. Or brought like, whoever you consider to be your number two set of eyes or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I heard that him and Robin Strand did their own peak for Tyler. I don't know how true that is. I haven't talked to Tyler since the show, but if so, they did great.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah,
fucking.
really, really good.
Yeah, they looked really good for what they had to do.
I wonder if he'll like continue to coach himself or if he's gonna
Well,
try to find another coach.
I think he left Aceto.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I don't think he's gonna go back to him.
No, definitely.
He might kick it with Robin for a bit. I don't
Yeah.
know. I have to chat with him and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting.
I mean, it's never fun to be. I've never been put in that situation, but that would not be fun.
No. I got dropped a week out from Legends.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
Why? Why'd you get dropped?
Because the coaches I had at the time, we actually became very close friends.
Okay.
So they had 3 cats that they'd asked me to take care of.
You didn't kill a
Taking a
cat.
wild
did you?
turn,
No,
like, at the edge of my
not.
seat.
Of course I didn't kill a cat. But I had this like $1,800, $2,000 fucking queen bed frame. It was all fucking wrapped in leather.
You
And
destroyed it.
I wake up one morning, man, and these fucking cats wake me up. I was like, what the fuck is going on? All I hear is like them clawing the fucking headboard. So
Oh,
I fucking look behind the headboard and it's just shredded. There's no fucking headboard left. So I take my fucking phone, I do a story, and I'm just like, well, fucking, this is why you don't get cats, people. They're fucking little Satans. And that's literally all I said. It wasn't even like maliciously said. It was funnily said. Like I was joking. I laughed during it. And then this guy fucking calls me up, like fucking just losing his shit, telling me I'm a fucking piece of shit. And
Bro, your cat destroyed my bed.
yeah.
yeah,
Where's my
I was gonna
$2,000?
bill him. I was gonna send him a bill for like 1,500 to take my bed, to be honest.
I would have, man.
But yeah, so so they had like 20,000 followers on social media at the time. And so then they started like not just story posts, like they did make like I'm talking like 20 story posts in a row, fucking just talking about how fucking trash I am. And then they started making real posts about me,
What?
like permanent posts.
All
Like,
about a cat?
yeah, man. And they were talking about my personal business and shit like that too. Like I had a couple like fucking shitty moments during that prep. And I had some cries on the phone with them, and they were telling everybody how I fucking cry all the time and fucking blah blah blah.
That's almost, well, that's
Oh,
not almost. That's so unprofessional, man.
oh yeah, seriously, man.
What'd you do with his cats?
His
Oh, he's thinking
his
way too hard. He's thinking way too hard.
no. I was trying to remember if it was them that came and got the cats because they fucking decided to fly all over the world. That's why I was watching these cats.
Sure.
So actually, he got his mom to drive from Niagara Falls to Oshawa, which is like an hour east of Toronto,
Mhm.
to pick these fucking cats up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big ask, man. Like asking like maybe like one cat, but like asking for 3, like that's a big ask.
Well, they did give me $500 to do it, but it was for like a month.
Sure. Oh,
It's
ooh.
like whatever. Like I don't care about the money for the time or whatever.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I was more than happy to do it, but it was just like, man, they fucked my bed up. I was making fucking
Right.
social media content about it.
Right.
You know, it was fucking whatever.
They
But
would
they
have dropped
thought,
his cats off at the
Everything
local
happened.
humane society or something, man.
well, so then that's
Oh,
Kitty's
he's
right
got
there.
cats.
So
He's listening to
that's
you
what they
talking
thought.
shit. He's poking his ears up.
They thought I was just gonna ditch the cats after that. They were then like harassing me, calling me all the time, saying like, "Don't fucking hurt our cats. You're gonna fucking hurt our cats." They're saying that on social media too. I was like, man, I'm a fucking animal person. I'm not gonna touch your cats. You know, I just took care of them for 3 weeks. You think I'm just gonna fucking like mace them or fucking throw them out to the street or whatever? Like, I'm not gonna do that. And then she's like, well, you better take them to the Humane Society then right now and pick them up from there. I'm like, if that's what you want me to do, I'll do that.
I would have done that in a heartbeat, bro. I would have told them it's at the Humane Society. That shit.
But yeah,
So
so
you better come home early because I put them on your front porch. So you guys better come home.
So then I ended up reaching out to Ursh, to Ibertrophy, and he ended up peaking me for that show.
Okay.
Because he actually was doing that show and he was in my class and he won the fucking overall. So I thought, which he never did, but I thought the whole time, like, yo, this guy's gonna try to fuck me. So
Yeah, just so he could win.
yeah.
Drink 10 liters of water this Saturday.
At least you figured somebody out, though.
What's that?
At least you figured out somebody to help you.
Oh yeah, because we actually never did a show together. We prepped for a natural show together the year before, and then I decided I wasn't going to compete for a little bit. And yeah, I called him up. I was like, yo, dude, I need some fucking help. Like, can you do this for me? He's like, 100%, bro. Send me your last like 8 weeks of fucking nutrition. Send me your drugs for the last 12 weeks. Send me everything that you've done for the last fucking 2.5 months, and we'll figure it out. I was like,
Okay.
Nice.
he had me a new plan the next day.
It's just perfect. That's how it should be, right?
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was pretty
Oh.
sweet.
Yeah, I've never had a coach drop me. I've dropped them, but that's about it.
Not in the midst of a prep, I would think, right?
No, not like a week out either.
You know what? Fuck you, bro. We're done.
Never would I do that. I've hired a new coach during peak week, but
Like to take on after kind of thing.
yeah, like Coop and I were chatting maybe like 2 weeks out from the last nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, just send me a message the day of the show. And he had my plan that evening.
Sweet.
Yeah. But other than that, I've never had issues like that.
I saw him in person. He is huge, man.
Yeah.
That's a big, like, deceivingly huge.
He's a big dude, man. Braden Kardash got a photo with him. He like sent it to me just to piss me off. I was like, well, that's nice. You cheeky boy.
I get so annoyed with myself because I'm very much like an in the moment person, right? Like I'd rather like have a conversation with somebody, like shoot the shit for a couple minutes, like shake their hand. But then like when I get home, I'm like, I have fucking nothing to show. Like all the people I met, and I had nothing to show for it.
Yeah. Which is fine. You have the memories. It is what it is.
Oh, sure. I know. And it's not even for like the gram. Like I don't even postcard, like just to like have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
What'd you think of Braden taking fourth? Not taking fourth, but what'd you think of his look and whatnot?
He looked good.
Yeah. He was peeled
dry.
Yeah, peeled dry, fucking.
That like Dragon Slayer shot that he posted. I don't know if that was before or after the show. Like, geez.
It was after.
Yeah.
Side chest shot he posted.
And side tricep.
Yeah, like the side try, like the try was like stripped like mad.
Yeah, no, he looked phenomenal, man.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't his time. Simple as that. You know?
Not sure if his back hurts him at all.
It's almost like
it's like a dwarfed version of Bumstead's back, but then on the wrong person.
Yeah.
For the rest of them, you know what I mean?
I was looking at his back shot the other day. It's like his upper traps and his lower trap fibers overpower everything.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to bring the rest of it up, but it's a solid back shot. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty fucking dense.
Yeah, it's very dense. I don't know if it's just like a postural thing or like something like he was just training back too much in high school. Like, I don't know. But it's just like his traps are just so like demanding of that shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't see a lot of like the tape or, you know.
You see it, but like whenever I look at him, I'm like, fuck, he's got big traps. You know? So
I feel like his lats, and I guess probably because of the traps, but his lats look underdeveloped.
But they're not. It's just the traps are so predominant, right? So I think once he brings everything else up, like it's a phenomenal shot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He'll have his moment.
Yeah. His classic side try is really, really nice.
Yep.
His side chest is really nice. His front double is like pretty nice. But I think again it's his back that's lacking to make that really stand out. Did you see Jaden's guy, Jacob?
Yeah. Too small.
Yeah, way. I don't know what
physique.
Pardon me?
It's a very pretty physique.
Very beautiful.
He's dice to the nines. Jaden and him did phenomenal with that. Just too small still.
Yeah.
I wonder what the cap is. I know he was underweight. I don't know by how much.
They posted as something. I think they're underweight by like 5 pounds, and then they started to carve up. Something like that. I could be wrong about 5 pounds. But
5 pounds of muscle is a fucking lot of muscle, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think they just tried to play the safe card with the whole water retention with the flight, possibly, because they've never flown and done a show or something like that.
Yeah.
But he just needs more size, you know. Posing is great. Like his own posing coach and whatnot. But a couple more pounds, 5-6 pounds, just like fully max out that weight cap before having a carb up, like actually have the tissue there.
Yeah.
I think he'll turn pro eventually.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't seen his physique in a couple of days, but like the arms up into like the chest, the shoulders is just not enough tissue there yet.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. It's diced to the nines at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta bring it up now.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
They went in there with pretty high expectations, though.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have high expectations to a certain degree, but also be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
For
like
some reason, I thought he was Class A, but he was Class B. I
isn't
thought
that
it was
you?
Class A. Yeah.
Yeah. Like personally, I don't ever hype up my clients. Like you're probably the same way, both of you. But like, you ever get them like they send you like check-in photos like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna win this shit" or whatever. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do the best we can.
Yeah. Looking good.
I'm not gonna put that in your head that I think you're gonna win. I might think you're gonna win, but like I'm
Sure.
not gonna
100%.
verbalize that. And then if you lose, then I look like an idiot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I also don't want to blow up your whole ego.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like at the end of the day, it's not constructive. You know what? Like, I think even from an athlete's perspective, you appreciate a lot more like, hey, man, we still got to do this, this, and this. And so, like, fuck yeah, you're going to fucking slay. Like, okay, well, that's not information. That's just.
Yeah, I've kind of changed my whole logic with that stuff, man. I always like, yeah, you look good, but we need to do better here. Just to like keep them mentally like, shit, I gotta like do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never feed into that, oh, my athlete's gonna win. And
Yeah.
that backfires 99% of the time.
Even like I had my men's physique guy do a show in October this year, and he was looking like stupid, like stupid. I was getting way too excited for him, and obviously not like showing it. But he would check in with me, and he'd be like, "Man, I'm looking fucking stupid. Like I'm looking fucking sick." I'm like, "You're definitely looking the best you've ever looked, man. Like without a doubt. Like you're definitely the best you've ever looked, and this is going to be the best, that we'll bring." But other than that, we'll just show up and see what happens. Because 2 times, and like he's always been peeled, just stupid peeled. He got in a bad car accident where they had to operate on his heart and they had to slice him open from like his rhomboid all the way through his lat into his pec. And his back is very underdeveloped because of that.
Yeah.
And so 2 times we've done a men's physique show. Well, 3 now. The first 2, he came dead last. And he was like the most peeled dude on stage. His critique was that he was the most shredded dude at the fucking show. And then the fucking 3rd time was thankfully the charm. But even those 2 times, like, dude, you look phenomenal. You know what I mean? You're gonna be fucking absolutely shredded, and that's all we can really do. Other than that, we can't fucking obviously put stupid amount of muscle tissue on in the last fucking 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it may be. But we're gonna bring your best, and like I said, just can't fucking hype him up. But it was hard for me for this last show because I knew he was gonna do really well. But I was like, you'll be bringing your best, buddy.
And that's it, man. Like I kind of bite my tongue with a lot of that stuff.
Because even Steven, man, like there was no doubt for all of us that he was gonna fucking
he looked nuts.
He looked great, man.
There was no chance that anyone was gonna even come fucking close to him.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking peeled to the fucking nines.
Yeah.
And like it was just like no contest. And I'm sure because like we all know Steven. So I'm sure that we know that there was like probably moments of doubt. But I'm sure there's probably moments of like, holy fuck, like I am gonna fucking absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like he was posing like 4, 5, 6 times a day and like send me random photos throughout the day. I'm like, this is great. But I'm just not gonna say anything else. I don't need you to get all disheartened if somehow somebody else comes in better.
Oh yeah, some monster comes out of nowhere.
You never know who's gonna show up.
Yeah.
And
what's his weight cap?
He's class A, is 173 or 70 or something.
And he was 171?
I think he was 170 on weigh-ins. And then we carved him up. He might have gone up 3, 4 pounds. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Like he's definitely got an open or 212 frame.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna have to go to 212. Like
Mhm.
obviously he's got to do open in the regional
Yeah.
era, 212 afterwards, but because he's almost like at the point like you, Ryan, like you're gonna defeat your physique by losing tissue.
100%. Yeah.
And if he has to stay in such a small weight cap,
When he's still like round and bubbly, that it'd be a shame for him to have to come in over dieted to lose some of that. You know what I mean? Like the biggest thing that like, makes his physique pop.
yeah. So we'll see. He's doing Canadian Nationals this year, or this coming year. So we'll just have to keep on top of him because he's already up, I think, 20 pounds now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his only lacking part is his back, like the thickness in his back. The shape's there. He could go a little wider, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, we chatted about that. His back just needs to come up to
but like do you think that can come up enough to not go over the fucking cap and be good?
a close one.
Yeah.
Like a very close one, you know?
That's gonna be fun to watch, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
He lives and dies by the fucking sword, though. Like he is fucking a bodybuilder.
Oh,
He's on, man. He's fucking on.
Yeah. Like he had some doubts going into this prep. He had some personal things go on, whatever. But after he kind of like got that in, it was like a race into the finish line type thing. But I think he was ready at least like 3-4 weeks out. So.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dialed in. I was doing all the hyping up for him that you weren't doing. So.
Okay, good.
No skin off my back, so I mean, like I can hype him
not at all. Okay, perfect. I had nothing to worry about there.
You know, even your other guy at that show, Mike. Is it Mike?
Yeah, the men's physique.
Yeah, he did classic too, right?
He got second to Chris. Steven.
Yeah, no, he looked pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
I'm sure he looks like he's got a lot of room to grow though. Like not in a negative way. Like I know this is probably his first time, right?
Yeah, he came in. He has to come in tighter, but
yeah, for sure.
For nationals,
always hard to come in that tight for your first show.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like your first classic show and his last show was like 4 years ago. It's like pretty much all new to you again.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But they both held their own, which is good.
Did you fellas get many questions from the question post?
Yeah, I got a couple goodies.
Yeah, because I just reposted, so Ryan's got them. I didn't have any coming in my direction.
Ryan, you wanna do one? I'll do one.
Okay. Now I gotta think offhand. I shouldn't have done this on my phone, so I could actually go through them. The one was, and I mean, I guess this one's pretty timely. So I had somebody ask, what everybody's opinion on like training if you're sick, like when not to, when to, like should you just shut it down the whole time? Should you suck it up? Like, what's everybody's thoughts?
Do you want me to go? You want to go first? You go first.
You can go first, Matty.
My thought is stay the fuck home. Simple as that. One, you're going to do your body no justice going to the gym. Two, it's also, what's the correct word? Selfish to go in there sick and spread all your shit all over the place.
Sure.
So besides that, stay home until you feel better. Simple as that. And then I think most people need to kind of wean their way back into the gym. So like I've had maybe 15 people get sick over the last like 3 weeks just because of the whole flu and whatnot.
Yeah.
But have them like stay home if it's like 3, 4, some or 5 days. No training, just rest day foods. And if you can't eat your food, just simply have some soup and throw some rice and chicken in there and get what you can in. And obviously hydrate high. But then on your way back into the gym, I just all had them do deep volume sessions. So they just did one back off set. That was it.
Yeah.
Balls to the wall in that set for like 3 to 4 sessions, and then drop off all that mechanical fatigue. And then after that, you can get back to your normal training. But going to the gym sick, it pisses me off, man. I just want to smack some people sometimes.
I'm definitely like not in recent, but like historically, like I'm super guilty. Like when I was like, always got to go, can't miss a day, otherwise
I
I'm a
had that
pussy.
same mindset. Everybody does, right?
I'll lose all my muscle mass this week.
You won't though.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
What
That's
do you
my
wait until you're like fully recovered? Or so say like, because I mean, if you get, especially this year, people's colds are lasting like weeks on end. Like,
yeah. I would say at least like 80%, 75% fully
yeah,
recovered. Like
agreed,
by all means, you're gonna have that lingering sore throat or like the sniffle.
agreed, yeah,
What like that's not gonna stop you.
sure,
Like if you're hacking up a lung or like you have the flu or your body's like aching,
yeah.
why?
Yeah.
You know? So that's I don't know if you guys are different. But.
No, I'm with you.
I got nothing to add to that except for like for lifestyle clients. If you're a lifestyle client, I don't give a shit if you eat your meals or not. Like I say, just eat fruit and drink water.
100, yeah, I'm the same.
Eat your fruit and drink your water. And then same thing. Like if you're feeling fucking like pretty damn good to get back there, then you know, go back there, nice and light, take it easy.
Yeah.
Get back into it.
I think that's the safest tactic for your whole like recovery and getting back into the swing of things. Also being like realistic with what your body's capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think like, especially people that are actually in like, bodybuilding I don't think you understand like the metabolic stress it puts on you just to like fight off even just like your regular cold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, man.
Like already all your inflammatory responses are just like through the roof, and now you're just gonna add to that and accomplish zero things with it.
And this is coming from a nurse, people. Simple as that.
Not a good one though. I'm not one of those. Like a middle of the road one.
That's okay. That's all we need.
I got a good one here. It's biggest challenges and differences in coaching male versus female athletes.
Oh, cool.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you can go. Whoever.
I think they're both bad in their own way. In a sense that a lot of males that I've dealt with, they're more emotional than the females.
That was going to be my first thing.
Yeah. And it's always the guys, The girls, they're pretty tough cookies. But I think with a lot of females, or the ones I've dealt with in the past, they like to go and not let you know when something is like wrong, They think I have to do this cardio, like like you said, if you're sick, like stay home.
Yeah.
But like I think there's differences, like men are like girl this and all the bullshit. You get them crying and whatnot, but like the females that just want to please you, so to say, and not disappoint you. Meanwhile, sometimes the best thing is just take a step back.
Sure, no, 100%.
Right. So I think that'd probably be the main differences that I've encountered, at least.
I would agree with that. And then, obviously, aside from the balance of hormones being a little bit different from male to female, but I had a figure girl doing a show, and I have them check in, obviously, as we're going further into prep, deeper into prep, you check in more often. I have them fill out a questionnaire every single week for their check-ins and, getting their biofeedback and stuff like that. Yeah. And she's just everything's fucking sick. Everything's amazing. I'm fucking killing it. Meanwhile, she's dying. Like she is fucking dying, right?
Yeah.
So she goes to a family function and just fucking binges out. Just fucking gives her on the fucking candies and chocolates and shit like that. And she woke up looking sick the next day. Her check-ins were the next day. She looked amazing. I was like, fuck, everything's fucking amazing. Like, we're fucking killing it, right? And then it's like 2 weeks later, like, oh, so that check-in, like, I was feeling really fucked up, and I probably ate this amount of chocolate and this and this. I'm like, okay, well, now we're 10 days out from the show. And now I don't know, like, fucking what direction your body's fucking here.
And that's the thing, like, food is a tool. I think they just, the less food, the more cardio, the more train, the better.
Yeah. Equals
prime
good.
Example, that girl probably ate 1,500 calories in a surplus that day and looked phenomenal the day after. Like, you could take that step back, give me more food, and you'll take 10 steps forward, right? I think guys are like that too, that I've seen, but they're just more like they need a babysitter to like coddle
Mhm.
them or something.
Mhm.
Most of them, at
I
least.
find guys will put
Too
in their
emotional.
check-ins.
Yeah,
They'll put in their check-ins like, "Oh, I'm feeling really shitty. Like cardio's getting
Yeah.
so hard." Meanwhile, like the females literally just like, "It's great,
Cool.
feeling
Yeah.
it." You know,
4 hours of
tired,
cardio
but
went great.
yeah, yeah. So at least we're all on agreement of that. I've seen that a
Yeah.
lot of times, man.
I do
And
like I can like as an I can remember like going to fire off check-ins and I got this big write up about like how sad I am and I was like, no, delete, delete, delete. I'm like, delete. This was really tough and like, this was really upsetting me this week. Like, no,
Yeah.
forget it. Nobody cares about this. Delete.
I had one dude like send me one of those messages, and I straight up told him, I'm not a psychologist or a psychotherapist. You're not paying me $300 an hour to have this conversation.
Right.
Go see someone. He's like, what? I'm like, go see someone. This has nothing to
Well,
do with me in
you got issues.
that aspect, But I don't know if he went to see somebody or not, but he was kind of pissed off.
like I
What do you
remember, I
want me to do?
remember, I was when I was prepping that show got canceled in 2020. Got canceled 3 days out, and
Yeah.
peak week, well, like no, like 3 weeks out, man. I was pretty ready, and I called Ursh up one day because I was in so much pain. I physically couldn't get off the toilet. Like, I couldn't press myself off the toilet that bad. I was like, Ursh, dude. I said, I've never felt this fucked up in my life. Like, I feel like I might fucking faint at any given moment. I just sat on the toilet for an hour because I couldn't fucking. He always says to me, he goes, "Good, brother. That's how you know you're there."
Jeez. If that's just fatigue, then sure, I agree to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But that's another prime example. You could probably give you more food and you'd be rolling strong.
Right.
I did start like kind of losing my look a little bit once we got a little bit closer to prep. I was doing
For
fucking
sure.
2 hours. I was doing 2 hours of stairs a day, 1,600 calories,
Oof.
and I was just
Jeez.
like, "This fucking sucks ass."
Bikini girl diet right there, man.
Oh,
Holy
dude,
moly.
to get down to my classic weight, probably my last like 2, 3 weeks, I was probably like sub 1,500 calories.
Fuck.
Like you gotta do what you gotta do by all
Yeah.
means, right? But there
I was
comes a
60
certain
carbs, 60 carbs, bro. For
Yeah,
like
same.
for like 10 weeks.
I just split like a cup of oats between pre and post.
Fuck. I think I had 3 plain rice cakes and 30 grams of oatmeal, and that was it.
Yeah, it's like dust, man.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
I definitely had like the day, like our apartment, like there's stairs that regardless, either front or back, you have to go upstairs. And like a couple weeks out, I look up the stairs and was like, I live down here now. I live on the ground. Like I'm gonna set up shop right here.
Oh, it's too good. Really,
Ryan,
what you got there?
a good one, Ryan?
What else we got? I got a lot of like supplement related ones. So what I got? What was the one? Oh, like just like thoughts on like BCAAs/EAAs. Like, do we use them? Do we recommend them? When do we recommend them?
I think they're essential, in my opinion.
EAAs over BCAAs all day.
Oh, BCAAs, toss them in the trash.
Yeah. Waste of money. Waste of money.
I think like people don't really understand their use. Like I mean, it's the whole thing. I think is because you have that 2 to 3 hour window where you can, actually do muscle protein synthesis. I think that intra workout timing is the only time you'd ever really need them. And I mean, you got to be training pretty damn hard to actually justify using them, in my opinion. Like 80 to 90% of people, I don't think ever need them. And I think just getting like the timing on it. So, I mean, you figure, like I like to eat like 2 hours prior to my training. So usually kind of right before training, I'll slam them. If you're doing like an hour eating your pre, then, partway through like an hour into your training session, take them. Like, I think that's like the only time they're really necessary. And again, I think for the majority of people, like if you're eating less than an hour before you go to the gym, save your $45.
Yeah, I can see that aspect of it. I mean, I personally have about like 40 grams of EAs a day, like 20 with intra and then 20 in the morning. just to stay hydrated and whatnot. But I think it all depends on the person. Like you say, if you're training like a wimp,
Yeah.
does it really serve a purpose other than just having a little bit of juice in your drink?
Right, yeah, just flavored water to work out with.
That's all it really comes down to.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah,
Do you guys use a carb intra?
I do. I got all
I
my
do,
clients
yeah.
that use them.
I can't
Yeah.
fucking do it.
No?
Depends on which one you use, man. I found that Carbolin or Carboloin, however you say it, is quite trash.
Yes, that one sits in my gut like a brick.
Awful.
Yeah. I've been using Cluster Bomb by Redcon 1 for like 3-4 years. I got all my clients using it.
Yep.
Super easy to digest, man.
Yeah. Who wants is really
That's the
like
best.
he puts a cluster dextrin in the actual intra that has like EAAs in it too. And then he just has like a cluster dextrin that I like have no issues with too.
Yeah.
I've never found one that's agreed with me, period.
No?
No. The only one that was like half decent, and then by the time I was like 2/3 of the way done it, then I started feeling something was what is it? Seth Fiors's brand.
Oh, Action Sledge.
The Sledge,
Yeah. Yeah.
Never tried his stuff.
Yeah. Felt good for the first 40 minutes, and then once I was like getting close to being done it, then I just started feeling shitty.
Yeah, I've the two good ones I've had people use the Redcon one and Performance Fuel, I believe.
Yeah.
That's another easily digestible one. Yeah.
Like I used to go into the change room and I'd eat 2 pieces of bread and I'd feel amazing. Like now I know you shouldn't fucking do. Like that's kind of being the purpose of trying to pump your muscles up. But I'd feel better doing that than I would having a fucking drink.
Right.
Yeah. Take a little bit of insulin with it and you're golden.
Yeah.
I'm messing
Put on the bread. Spread it right out like a little jam.
Right. That probably tastes horrendous, but
Oh yeah. Based on how it smells.
Right? It's pretty potent.
Matt, you know Small Yet Swole, my buddy. Not like no one personally, but like you recognize the name anyway. We used to bring 20 packs of Timbits into the fucking gym and just like
I can remember your old Insta stories of you just like slamming the big boxes in your car before you go into the gym.
Oh fuck yeah.
That does not surprise me one bit, man.
That's when I thought I was just fucking unstoppable. I was just like, yo, I'm fucking a unit, man.
You were a unit, bro. You were a big boy.
You're pretty yoked.
Yeah.
I love the dudes you see like sitting in the parking lot, like slamming muffins, and like, dude, I'm gonna throw up just looking at that. Like,
I couldn't do
the
that
moment I like exert my CNS at all, I'd just be Ralphing all that up.
Yeah, that's a bit much for me. I couldn't hack. That's too heavy.
No, definitely not. If you could build a dream home gym with plate loaded equipment, what would your essentials be?
Who wants to go? I got a lot. I'm gym shopping right now, so I mean, like, I got a list I can pull up.
Yeah, I personally anything like any basic stuff, high row, high incline, low incline. I've never really seen a decent plate loaded lat pull down, but I'm sure there is one.
I've never even seen one, period.
Like, we've got one in our gym. It's quite shit, but
I feel like the old school ones with the 1-inch plates, you know, like those, but I haven't fucking seen anything modern.
No, ours is definitely not modern. It's old as hell. But no, anything, I don't know. I'm not picky, man. As long as it's effective, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'll train with anything, really. You know what I mean?
Oh,
give me a rack of dumbbells, fucking a barbell, and cable machine, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I love all the old Cybex stuff. Like the Cybex hack is like the smoothest, nicest hack of it. And the thing's like 40-something years old. Oh, dude, like 3 plates on that is 6 on the hack at my gym.
Yes.
Agreed.
Like you feel humble as hell using that hack.
Yeah. During COVID, I was going to like this private gym that just never closed because he didn't believe in it. Which is great. I wasn't complaining.
Yeah.
But he had the old school Cybex hack squat, man. I'm like, all right, fuck, like I'll try this. the hardest thing I've ever
Oh, dude,
used.
yeah. Like just the angle on everything's perfect.
It's so aggressive, man, but it's
Yeah.
great.
Mhm.
I think I was able to get up to like 7 plates near the end of COVID, but at the
Yeah.
beginning, I put 2 plates on. I'm like, holy, like this is no joke, man.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. Yeah, my buddy, like my business partner Chase owns it's in Tilbury, just like a small town outside of the city that I'm in, and just like filled it with all old high Cybex stuff, and it is
Sick.
That's
primo.
perfect, man. Nice.
What's it called?
Hashtag fitness in Tilbury.
Oh, nice.
It's a
So
dope place.
I get a lot of other fucking lame ass random questions on here.
let's hear 'em. Give us a couple.
Like a fucking weird one. Hold on, let me find one. I mean, they're all actually this one's not bad. Like, what's the best movie that you've watched?
Best movie I've watched.
Like ever? Man, that's like can't do that to people.
That's
Best
tough.
one I've watched recently was The Woman King.
The what?
The Woman King.
The Woman King. Never heard of it.
I never heard of
the
it either until I think it just came out in the theaters like not too long ago.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Based on a true story. I won't describe the whole thing. It was pretty decent.
Okay, so maybe less best and more favorite.
All right.
Favorites? Jeez, man.
Like a movie I can just go back to a million times is always Snatch. Like I can put that like that was always like my university study movie. Like put that on a repeat and just study
Yeah.
away. Like I'll never get sick of that movie.
I was a Scream guy. All the Screams I digged. Or even like Back to the Future. That was my shit.
Dude, Back to the Future is looking at.
Back to the Future's dope.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorites is the Town.
Count is sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig that one.
I have this fantasy of being a fucking bank robber. Like that'd be the best ever.
Yeah. It's a solid movie, man.
Trying to think. All the ones I had were kind of like supplement related.
Bang them out.
So the other one, basically, so I mean, like background on the person asking, it was a female who like trains semi-regular, like nothing competitive wise, just like, you know, call them your average gym goer,
Mhm.
probably. Just asking like best regular supplements. And to someone like that, probably nothing. Just eat
Yeah.
more food, you know?
Mhm.
If you truly want to spend money on a supplement to say you did, I would always say creatine for
Mhm.
anybody that actually goes to the gym will be worth your while.
Yeah.
Other than that, just eat food.
I agree.
Yeah.
If you don't have your diet down point, there's no point adding
Yeah.
other shit to it.
No.
Yeah.
Are you guys big on pre? Like, do you guys use it?
Your workouts?
Yeah.
I do,
I've
yeah.
used like 10 years, man.
Really. I just started again. This like once I started training again, I started using the pre again.
Yeah.
But it was
I
like
go back and forth. I go
two-
back and forth.
Are you using one right now or no?
I am now. Like, I like the non-stick. Like, usually, like I'll just have like a black coffee like an hour or so before I go, and then I'll usually do like a non-stick, which I know seems dumb and defeats the purpose, but at least then you can kind of control. Like some of the pre's, it's just like, okay, well, I want the 2 scoops worth of citrulline, but I don't want the 2 scoops worth that's like 500 milligrams of caffeine.
Caffeine. Yeah.
So I'll usually just do like a non-stim and then just do like black coffee with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up early, so like I do enjoy sipping on something as I'm like getting ready, doing my thing, and then on my way. Like I just have a half scoop of batch 27.
Mm.
And TC.
Yeah, good. Half's good for me. Gets me alert, and
Mhm.
that's all I need really.
Yeah, a lot of my clients use pre's, but I haven't used a pre-workout like legit 10, 12 years.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an awesome marketing scheme because like people literally associate like the beta alanine feeling with like that means I'm ready to work out. Like if I'm not tingly, like that's actually doing absolutely nothing for you.
No.
It's overpriced caffeine is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I don't need the substance to get me going.
Yeah. Like if you're training at like a high level, I can get behind like the citrulline, but like to buy like a huge tub of citrulline, it's like $12. You don't got to spend like $75 on a
For
pre. Like,
real.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, like this pre I've had in my cupboard for like maybe like 6 or 7 weeks now, and it's still going.
mm,
I do like the taste of it though, I won't lie. Like I said, first thing in the morning after I'm like, do my journal and then fucking start getting my shit together, just sipping on that, it's pretty tasty.
It tastes good. Like, but other than that, the purpose of it, I don't know.
yeah. I'm definitely at the point where like I'm bougie enough that like I don't want to just sip straight water during my workout like a maniac. Like I want something in there.
Yeah, like what you use the intro for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I see dudes just drinking water, I'm like, bro, you got some mental issues you got to work out. Like you're about to leave this place and murder somebody.
Do you guys train with music or no?
Sometimes,
Definitely. If I'm training with like a good training partner, I won't.
No. Yeah, that's rude.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that's totally like I'll punch you straight in your face.
Yeah.
But
But if you're
yeah,
training
like by
alone,
myself, yeah.
yeah, Ryan.
No, I'll just usually throw on like motivational mix.
Okay. So you got something playing in your ears.
Yeah, I'd say like last 6 weeks I've been starting to listen to something. Other than that, I was going raw dog and doing nothing. Like
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning, there's no music on in the gym at that
Oh,
time.
you're going down serial killer alley.
There's no one staffed there. There's no fucking music on. I'll just be sitting there with my own thoughts, and then fucking I'm like, yeah, this is getting a little fucking lame now. I've been doing this for too long.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like that song when you're going for like a top set?
No.
I don't listen to anything.
No.
No
No.
pre-workouts, no training partner, no music. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of serial killer, but
Straight raw dog in the gym.
I find that I've had no music for like the last year. I found before I was getting too distracted by the music. I was just moving away from point A to point B, and I wasn't connecting with shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then I scrapped it, and things have clicked a lot better. But
Interesting.
I don't know. I used to, when I was working with Jordan Peters, I remember I had like some sort of issue. I was just like not feeling it. He straight up told me, he's like, think about something that's going to make you cry. And I was like, fuck. I was like doing a leg press the one day, and I can't remember what the thought was. Like somebody that was dying.
Sure.
And I started crying. I had the best set of my life.
Oh yeah.
That. I was like,
oh dude,
he's a sick motherfucker, man.
And that's what like I look like all of my training cues I've taken from like him or like Scott Stevenson, who he's learned a lot from. So like literally like any top set that like I really want to hit these numbers, like same thing. Like I'll finish like in tears that look like it's from effort, but it's like I just had the worst movie play in my head ever.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, it
Even
works every time.
David Goggins talks about that a lot, fucking like diving into that kind of like, dark realm of thinking really pushes you past some fucking crazy shit.
I've done that ever since, so I don't even use music anymore.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's a little twisted, but
Oh, dude, it works. Like,
hey, as long as you're not fucking saying it out loud to people.
No, you can't say that shit out loud. No.
You're just like midway through your top set, like my whole family's dying.
Somebody's gonna call the police on you.
That's when you go to jail.
You got any more, Ryan? Give us one good one.
I got one that's favorite pre-workout meal.
Oh, I think that's simple. Something that's easily digestible, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
person.
Yeah. Like I have mine, but yeah, as you said, like whatever sits clean with you, and within an hour or two, you're rocking.
Yeah, I just do cream of rice, fruit, and protein powder. A little bit of dark chocolate just to hold a little bit of fats in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. Maybe 4 grams of salt, 3 grams of salt.
Yeah, that was my pre for years, and then post I would do like chicken, rice, pineapple. And I sort of like just for literally just experiment because I'm so deep in the off season. I thought, why not? I flipped them, and that's really been helping. I think just because I get a bit more added fats because I'll do like olive oil on the chicken and rice pre, and I just think that like was a bit easier digestible. So I found that works a lot better for me.
Yeah, it'll tie you over until you're done training.
Yeah,
What about you, Ryan?
Whatever I ate the night before.
Really?
I train
Oh,
fasted,
true. You're
right?
fasted. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
fasted.
yeah.
True.
And I don't know if I should like fucking shift away from that and start getting not maybe getting up earlier, but 'cause I get up early enough as it is.
You'd
But
have to get up earlier to eat though if you want to train at the same time.
I know that'd be fucked. I'd be getting up at like 2 o'clock, 2:30. Like
Yeah, no,
that'd
that's
be silly.
Yeah,
And like
you're
I said,
sacrificing one thing for another.
yeah.
I find that my performance is good in the gym. Like I log all my stuff and my weights are still going up every single week. So, I think I got more than enough fuel in me, but I'm like, is there like this much that I'm missing,
So what
Right.
time is your last meal at the night before?
Like right before I go to bed,
Which is 12, 10,
like 9.
9, and you train at 5, 4?
Yeah, 4:30.
It's not bad.
But
No.
like so I've only eaten twice today and it's already 3. So I'm going to bed in probably like 6 hours and I'll have fucking 3 meals in that 6 hour stretch. Sometimes it's even condensed into fucking 5, 4 hours, depending on how busy I am.
Holy man.
This is
Like
where
most,
like it's a bummer that the carbs aren't beneficial for you because like slamming like the EAAs and carbs like on your way to the gym would be super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just fucking have to wake up a little earlier.
Gotta have some Rice Krispies or something easy as
Wait,
much.
you gonna wake up at midnight? Like what?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, that'd be wild, bro. Who the hell's messaging me?
And yeah, like you guys said about the pre-meal, like whatever kind of works for you. But like I said, I don't know if I'm like missing an opportunity to I've just done that forever though. That's my problem. I've
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would.
or
My next thing was going to be like, would you train like a little bit later in the day so that way you could get up, have like that one meal, hang out for a bit, and then train?
I just like how well my day starts when I
Yeah,
train.
no, I get that for sure.
So it's tough. That's why I'm working on the railway too. Like when I worked on the railway, the only way I can train is if I fucking train first thing in the morning or first
Sure.
thing like, once I wake up, whatever shift I was on.
Yep.
So that's just kind of been fucking drilled into me for years now.
Mhm. It's a good habit to have, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. What is it? Bodybuilding.
I couldn't train fasted personally. I'd
No.
probably feel like I'm gonna vomit or pass out
Really?
because
I
I'm
don't,
so
I don't,
used to training with food,
yeah.
right?
I feel like amazing, you know what I mean? My energy is fucking like super, super high. Like I
Yeah.
said, strength is still there, going up in numbers.
You're
So
good.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm eating enough. Like I'm getting like 140 protein, probably like 60 grams of fat, and another probably 200 to 250 grams of carbs in those 4 hours before I'm going to bed. So
So you're more than fine, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's funny, like the habits you get into. Like I used to work until 5 every day, so then I would just train right afterwards. And now, even on days off, I just sit around all day until like 5 o'clock, and it's like, all right, now it's gym.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one though, man. I'm the same way.
Sometimes like I almost want to push my training back because there's no one in the gym. When I'm there, there's fucking nobody there.
Right.
And which is nice because I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can grunt as loud as I want to grunt, fucking drop the weights down if I want. But at the same time, like I remember when I used to go at the busy hours and there'd be fucking people there and I'd be like extra motivated to fucking
Yeah.
train hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll try it one day and see how it goes.
There you go.
Give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking about food, I gotta go eat my 4th meal.
Likewise.
I'm only,
Your 3rd one now? That's okay.
and I've been up since 3 o'clock though, 3:30.
I was gonna say you already
shit.
been up for like 15 hours.
That's a long time.
I know. So like I make sure I have my post like right after, obviously, when I get home. And then, we had some fucking errands to go do this morning, so we were out for a few hours and then fucking shoveling this fucking garbage that we got out here.
So you better go eat then, man.
Yeah, brother.
All right, boys. Well, I'm gonna go eat.